Look at Sony with the big balls here. The big Spidey balls. And how are fans taking it?
You serious?
What's happening, film nerds? Dave the Film Junkie here. Holy shit! I don't think anybody expected this today, or any day, or whatever the fuck, but yeah, guys, it looks like Sony... Well, it kind of makes sense. It does make sense, guys, because you guys got to realize that Sony right now is riding pretty high with their Spidey universe when it comes to Venom and when it comes to Into the Spideyverse. If you guys, of course, didn't hear, basically, the agreement. Sony walked away from the agreement with Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige and Disney because, well, this is mainly on Disney because fucking Disney. I did a video a while back before Far From Home hit $1 billion, where the rumor was that if it didn't hit $1 billion, that Sony could just take it right back and continue on with their Spideyverse, do whatever the hell they want with the characters. They still had the movie rights. Marvel had merchandising rights and just certain little things, certain little stipulations. It was weird. Alas, Far From Home did make $1 billion, but now it looks like, well, Sony kind of just is like, you know what? Fuck you guys. We have a movie that didn't feature Spider-Man at all that made $865 million worldwide. And then we have Enter the Spideyverse, which pretty much took animation to a whole other level. Yeah, it didn't quite make that huge of an impact in the box office like Venom did, but it won an Academy fucking award. So they're riding high, and turns out it looks like Disney, with the agreement that they had, which they didn't really get, of course, Sony got the bigger piece of the pie, Disney wanted to right down the middle. They wanted 50-50. Disney, because they fucking need it. They got to, pay the workers they fired from Fox? Tom Holland and John Watts, what happens with them? Well, they're still contracted for 2 more movies, yes. So, I mean, it's kind of funny, too, because obviously, you know, with DCEU fans, we've actually been through this, okay? Yeah. At least you got 5 movies with Holland! And you're going to get 2 more because he's contracted for 2 more. Him and director John Watts, they're contracted for 2 more, so they're going to continue to make, and the other one's still set for 2021. It's just, what I've been gathering with the information here is, if it is 100% Sony, that means Peter Parker and his little universe that is shown in this Spider-Man 3 movie cannot acknowledge anything that happened from the MCU. They relied heavily on Iron Man and him taking over Iron Man's spot. This is what's so weird about this, and it's just, it's so strange. Like, how could they even have that? I mean, they wouldn't be able to have probably Ned or their version of MJ, which I'd be okay with the MJ part. I like Ned. Just be kind of weird, but then there's also little murmurs that if this does happen, we might see like a post-credit cameo from Holland Spider-Man in Venom 2. Hell, we might get an R-rated Venom 2. We might get an R-rated Spider-Man. Hold the fucking phone, guys. This is where fans, opposing fans, really, that hate the MCU, that really, I mean, I get it, especially since the shit that we had to go through with the DCU, with Warner Brothers and DC, with all that, and we're kind of, this is like a similar fashion of just like, what the fuck's going on? Things keep changing, and you might lose the universe that was created right over here. Now it's gonna fuck it all up. It's like, you know, can we relax? I saw people cheering that Tom Holland was gonna like lose his gig and stuff like that. I'm like, really? What the hell's everybody got against Tom Holland? He's there for the ride. Okay, he just needs a little better writing. I even saw people saying that John Watts would have free range, like he would be able to direct the movie he wanted. He wouldn't have Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige looking over his shoulders. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But do you honestly think that Sony wouldn't interfere with his movie? Should we ask Mr. Fleischer, or whatever the hell, the Venom director? Should we ask Sam Raimi about Spider-Man 3?
Gonna cry?
The ball's in Sony's court right now. That's what's happening. They are holding their hand. They are calling, I think, Marvel Studios' bluff or Disney's bluff. I mean, they really are holding all the cards because they have 2 successful Spidey movies that came out last year, and they're just riding high in it, man. And if Disney and Marvel Studios was really like, hey, we want it 50-50, it's like, no, fuck you. And I hope they continue on to say fuck you. I mean, if it ends up they have some kind of agreement and he still remains in the MCU, fine. But hopefully they still get like a fucking I don't know 15% cut because they don't fucking need it. But if he ends up going to the Sony universe, that actually really intrigues me as well because it'd be kind of cool to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man in a fresh new, I guess, tone. It'd kind of throw a lot of people off, which is why I think this is probably not going to go through, but hopefully it does. I think it'll throw some people off where it's like, well, why is he not mentioning about Tony? What's going on? I mean, blah, 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 blah. We'll just see what happens, guys. But overall, I mean, if it ends up going back to Sony, it's like, all right, cool. Then just Sony. Get some really good writers. Make some really good stories. We don't have to have this big, huge universe, but the fact that Into the Spideyverse was such a great Spider-Man film, I hope that Tom Holland's Spider-Man could get incorporated with that, and then somehow they intertwine it where they bring Garfield's Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Somehow, I mean, it could be animated, but I actually like that idea if, like they do Into the Spideyverse 2, that they incorporate the movie Spider-Mans within the Spider-Mans they already established there. I think that'd be badass. And we do want to see Spidey versus Venom, okay? And if it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man, that's fine with me. I know some people don't like that, but I'm perfectly okay with it. So there you go, guys. That's what's happening. Interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Like I said, it's not fully official yet, but we'll see what happens. Don't be disappointed if they end up negotiating something. It probably will happen. But let me know your thoughts about it down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. It's filmjunkie.com for all my content. Follow me in the sock meds over there. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Patreon if you want to help out. And, of course, shirts down below, guys. All right?